OBS software.
I mean, how many do we usually get live during the show?
All right, here we go. We're here.
Oh, we're ready. Okay.
That was quick.
Good job.
That's what she said.
Woohoo!
That's your cue to start.
Yeah, well, you know, this goddamn shit.
Just start it. You can fix it in editing.
Nothing ever works right, Joe. It's not like woodworking.
That happens to a lot of guys. Don't worry.
You know, it's not a complete science in this live streaming industry. All right, everybody, it's Drinking with Drew. It's May 9th, 2020. Trace. We have Laura working the cameras.
I'm back.
Did you go
Not that I've
somewhere?
ever gone anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't get vacation.
I don't think you've left this seat for like a week.
Probably.
We have Joe with no hair.
Joe, no, you just can't tell. He blends in.
Yep.
Blends in with the background now. And we have Garby.
What's up?
He's
Right.
back.
Garby is back.
And that's my welcome back. That burp.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So what happened to you last week?
Got
a date?
No, what did happen?
You probably just
Oh no, Sebastian had a doctor's appointment, so I stayed in town.
by in town you mean
Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah.
He was also waiting for the new seats to come in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Sorry to
right,
sit
now
on
you're
that
here, you got
shit.
your
You
feet
can't-
up.
Yeah.
Right. You can't tell
Pretty
he's
sweet.
kicked back in a
Can one of you
recliner.
put the handle to the cooler down so we can look like it's a
You gotta do a pull up, push down.
yeah. Pull up, push down, pull up, push. There you go.
I think it'll work.
Like you're actually double fisting in your chair right now.
Totally
Yeah,
is.
Hell yeah.
So, welcome to the show. It's the Drinking with Drew show. My name's Drew, and I'm drinking. Today, we're going to review a beer from Pinellas Ale Works. Looking forward to that. Price's Horchata. Did I pronounce it right?
Sure.
Horchata?
Horchata? I think it's
Horchata?
horchata.
Okay. Now, I will admit, I've had this beer. You guys have not. I had this beer because I'm friends with Price, and he brought me a sample, assuming the recipe has not changed at all, which I
think
haven't
so.
asked him that. But I'm just guessing it's the same beer, which I truly enjoyed when I had it.
You did.
Now, granted, I was a little hammered last time I had it, so maybe that could have been.
I think a little was an understatement, but you did enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So Price works at Pinellas Ale Works. He's a craft brewery. What do you call him?
Brewer.
Brewer. Okay. So we're gonna try his beer and leave it with a good review. I think y'all are gonna like it. And I bought two more of their beers. I bought one called Cocoa Mutt.
Cocoa Mutt. Oh, what?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of their beers are dog.
They're all
Oriented.
dog themed.
Not
Okay.
all of them, but
It's
most of
called
them.
Paws, Pinellas Ale
I
Works.
know, but
and they allow dogs in there, and
I
they
get it,
do certain
but-
nights where they will put a portion of their proceeds to local shelters. So,
I understand that, but is
and
Pri-
their logo is a paw.
I understand that. Is
Dog.
Price's beer dog related beer?
No,
All right.
maybe
what is
he's
what-
dog DAWG.
What does horchata mean in Spanish?
No
Means
clue.
your
Joe.
whore is on machata.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I take it, but I don't know. So, it's been kind of a weird week. You wanted to talk about Trump getting civilly charged, and
Well, that necessarily wasn't. It literally just happened today. Wasn't a weird week.
Laura hates Trump, so she just anything that negative happens, she wants to announce it to the world. So
Mm.
I could give it two shits
I
less,
don't
but
think that's the correct statement. I just think that he was found guilty of certain charges.
I think he's being literally politically attacked. But I'm about the truth, and I don't think. I think the timing and all this is just suspect. Is all I'm saying.
Well, I think didn't they? I'm not 100% on this, but I think the article that I read said that there was some type of law that went into place that allowed sexual assault victims, even if the statute of limitations had run, allowed them a full year time to file civil suits against their attackers. And I think
Okay.
that's when this woman, because her claim was from the 90s, I believe.
Okay, so let's flip the switch. What about the Bills punter that was falsely accused?
I think that's bullshit. I think that the
What's
Bills
the-
let him go because they were worried before they even did an investigation, and now they're like,
Of course.
now
Well,
we're out of punter.
Gar-
Kicker?
Gar-
Punter or kicker? What's the title?
He's a punter. He should sue everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody.
I mean,
How long was he with the Bills?
that I don't know.
Because he seems really young. I mean, I don't,
Yeah, he's
I
a
don't-
young
I
guy,
don't-
yeah.
But still, it's like
Um,
and that's worse because you're young and you had your
Oh,
whole year,
yeah.
your whole
Oh, yeah.
career
Right.
Oh, yeah.
ahead of you.
The,
I mean,
the
he'll
time to prove yourself, and she
Yeah.
fucked that up with that allegation.
and the
It's
thing
false.
with punters is there's only one per team. You know,
Right.
it's not like they're
They don't have a backup?
no.
Well, I mean,
Huh.
anybody can punt, but not specialized for that.
Galvin can punt for them, I hear.
Mm.
He says he's a great punter.
Maybe.
But I kind of have a problem with that though, because
Punters.
no,
I
ju-
agree.
just
it's
with
stupid.
just with
they
the
need
whole
to get rid of them.
just with the whole that the league imposes basically sanction on him before anything legal
Oh
happens.
no, it was just the team. It was just the
No,
Bills.
but
Yeah,
but
they
the
let him
team
go.
the team lets him go, or they fire him or
Right.
whatever because of allegations.
Right.
Now, if the allegations turn out to not be true, he already lost his job. But I mean, what if he actually did do something, and they take him to court and he's found not guilty? Now, not guilty is not the same as innocent, but
Right.
where do you draw the line? Well, if he was not guilty in court, does that mean he should get his job back? Or if he was really innocent to begin with, now he should sue for his job back?
Oh,
or
he was
whatever.
clearly innocent. Like
He
that's
wasn't
it.
even there.
He wasn't even there.
He wasn't
No,
there.
I
This
understand.
chick was doing a consensual gangbang. Like she,
What's her number?
I know, right?
Can she come on the show?
She can do the body
Does
paint.
she suck toes?
Were they in
Gross.
Were they in Buffalo?
I don't
I
remember.
mean, because I don't know.
Because
I'm just looking for a
Are you
vac-
trying to like?
I'm just looking for a vacation.
There's
spot.
really not a lot.
Gotcha.
There's really not a lot of activity to do up in Buffalo.
I was gonna say you
other than
wouldn't.
gangbangs.
You wouldn't want to go to Buffalo, New York.
Maybe she's friends with that cop from what was it, Georgia?
Oh gosh, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. So Joe, you cut your hair.
Yep.
What happened?
I was just sitting around yesterday and this weekend, and my neck was just sweaty sitting in the house, and I'm like, damn, what the hell? I was like, you know what? Screw that. I'm just gonna cut it all off.
I thought you were trying to catch up with me, and you were just
No.
me and you were going to be hippie
No,
brothers.
It's not really a competition, I mean,
Mm.
He's growing out
I've
the
had
beard
long hair
instead.
before. I've had long hair down to my elbow at one point. The only difference is like when you have long hair, it distracts people, and that's what they see. They see the guy with the long hair. As soon as I cut my hair,
They
they're
notice
like,
your cock.
they're like,
Yeah,
oh wow,
right.
oh wow, he put on 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Like
Makes
you
his
notice,
dick
like,
look bigger.
you're like, wow, he put on 20 pounds. Like you didn't notice I was chubby when I had long hair, but now I cut my hair, and all of a sudden it draws your attention to somewhere else.
Now everybody's like, Joe, you need to get on Weight Watchers and
Yeah.
go to the gym with
Fuck
Chrissy.
'em. Fuck
So
'em.
does that mean you're growing your hair back out?
No, that's why I just cut it.
I mean,
but, it's. I mean, I understand a lot of people's like, oh, it's not a big deal, but
no,
I
I've
got hot and sweaty, and I'm like, no, I can't do it.
I've had my hair short like that for
Yeah.
a long time, and I would just cut it like that and let it grow out. Cut it like that, let it grow out. I mean, literally, it was just.
Is this
you
the
know.
first time you've had it really long though?
No, I had long hair when
Yeah.
I was in my
Okay.
teens, and then 2 times actually when I was in my teens. So
It was a whole bait and switch for me.
I had a mullet for a while when I was 11 or 12 because of
A bet.
no
Did you lose a bet?
no I was a big fan of I mean they were popular back then first of all,
Billy Ray
but there were a
Cyrus.
couple
Flock of
players on
seagulls?
the U.S. men's national team that had them, and
wasn't Alexi one of them?
no, he just had that messy mop of
Yeah, I mean that almost
genderness.
counted though.
No, it was Chris Henderson was one of them. Tony Miola was another, but
Hmm.
Marcelo Balboa. There were a bunch of them. But yeah. So I did that. I grew it out, and then I was walking past my grandmother's refrigerator or something, and I see this picture, and I said, "Who's that girl?" And she's like, "That's you." I said,
you
"Okay,
serious?
no, I'm done. Yeah,
Are you serious?
I know.
Awesome.
That's it. Okay, I cut
Awesome.
cut it the next day. Like, that's enough for me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I feel like mullets are coming back. Like I see them more
No.
They've been
often.
coming.
Yeah,
they've
every day.
been-
Yeah.
No.
And I'm like, why? Like, can that
I mean,
just
for the last
stay
5 years,
where
I've seen them.
was left previously? But no.
Yeah. Mustaches are coming back, mullets,
Mm-hmm.
all that. They go through
Yeah.
cycles.
I mean, on guys or girls?
Both.
I don't do anything
Have you seen
based
that
on
Amazon commercial with that girl with the mustache?
Yeah, yeah.
Except-
Yes.
Let's have pride in our facial hair. Okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
It's not okay to
Mhm.
just be a woman anymore.
No, you got to be a hairy, scruffy
Or a
man.
man.
Yeah,
I
yeah, it's true.
had to look it up because I didn't fully understand that commercial at first. I wasn't sure if it was a woman or if it
I
was
think she
a boy who became a girl.
Well, I don't
didn't know. And
Was she taking hormones and that's why, or was
I-
it that natural and it's just showing you she wanted to be happy with who she was?
I think that's the case. She just wanted to be
Yeah,
happy
she's
with who she
embracing
was.
her.
Right. The point is
I-
embracing who you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
I had to look
Yeah.
it up just
Hair
to make
and
sure
all.
of that, though, because I wasn't
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Hair is another movement
You
that
was-
a lot of women are doing, like
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
underarm hair and leg hair.
But
and whatnot.
they tried that in the
rebellion.
in like 2009. I remember that. and
Oh no,
it was a phase.
it's come back with a vengeance.
Okay.
They should
Yeah.
make
I mean-
I'm gonna make it. Let's make a dating app for hairy fur babies. We'll call it
Furpits.com.
Yes,
Furry pits.
furry pit. Yeah, something. And yeah, it's devoted only to women.
Joe's
that grow out all
also
their
going
hair.
to see his wife on there.
and guys with fetishes like
Oh.
that. And the
I hope not.
toe hair. Toe hair.
hope
will be-
not.
God.
Yeah.
No.
Knucklehair.com.
You can floss as you suck. You know. Be perfect.
Ew.
I don't know. I mean, to me, it is what it is. To each their own. I just, I'm not changing for anybody. I'm me. Laura's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You've definitely changed since I've met you.
She's gonna get.
I mean,
you,
it was all for you, but you've definitely like. You can't say I'm not changing because you
No,
changed.
a lot of it had to do with the death of my mom because,
She cut your hair.
yeah, I just didn't feel comfortable, I guess, throwing myself into this, I don't know, with,
Birthday parties.
I don't even know how to describe it. She just,
she
she
wanted him to be
always-
prim and proper.
not even that, man. It was just,
You didn't know how to do life without her dressing you.
No, she grew up like, I grew up like the whole burnout phase and metal and playing places. And when I started to, when I got a real job and blah blah blah, and she was just like very proud of me. And
Yeah.
I think that she just, every time I would start to grow my hair, she'd be like, "Oh, look at you growing hair now." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ."
That was my grandmother.
So
Yeah.
she would just never let it go. Like if I did it around her, she would, every time I'd get around her, she'd be squeezing.
So you're
my hand.
rebelling against her now.
No, I just feel more comfortable doing me now.
Gotcha.
Not worrying about it, I guess.
Less trips getting your hair cut instead of
Oh,
going
yeah.
every 4
I mean,
weeks.
No, when I was doing what Joe was doing, I mean, it was the best thing just because you just do it
Mhm.
yourself
Yeah,
and
yeah.
let it grow a little bit.
Really
Do it
easy.
yourself.
Yeah, I remember when you're like, just trim up the sides just a little bit. And I had never cut hair before, let alone use like men's shavers or whatever, edgers. I don't even know what they're called. And
Clippers.
I
Clippers, yeah.
literally
Clippers,
like
yeah.
went a smidge too far, and I think he had planned it because then he's like, "Fuck it," and then he just like shaved his whole head. It's the first time I had seen him with a shaved head. Then I felt bad because I thought it was my fault, but I think it was his plan the whole time.
Well, it's just like cutting the grass, and I mean, I tell my neighbor, I was like, you do a good job, you don't have to do it for like 3 weeks, and you do a bad job, you have to do it again in 3 weeks.
Now with St. Augustine grass.
I know.
I
I know.
feel like I cut that every other day.
No matter what. So I did a photo shoot for the first time. Well, I should say what I would like to try to classify as a professional photo shoot, even though in my head it wasn't professional. But
Did you keep your clothes on?
yeah. A buddy of mine who's a real estate agent hired me to do a shoot, and it was just weird because I used to do them all the time. I used to do 3 a week sometimes, and I hadn't touched my camera in that sense. I mean, I do it for work for like some of the cases I work, but I haven't actually been out to do a photo shoot for a person in a long time. So it's just
Can you sell
Oh.
PI work as art?
no,
Like that would be amazing.
no, unfortunately.
That would be
Well,
amazing.
anything taken in public, there's no expectation of privacy, so you own the
Well,
image.
and
but-
you can like
You own the
you're gonna be
images.
buzzing out people's faces left and
Yeah.
right.
Or you just, you're taking a picture of your subject over here, and then you're like, "Oh, this is a nice image," and you just click one, a couple images, and then you go back to your subject.
I don't think people are that interested in it. I mean, it's really not as. I mean, I don't know. I'm
It's realism.
biased because I have worked in it forever, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't see the fascination of it.
Well,
Mhm.
art has to
Of
evoke
PI work or
emotions.
art?
though.
PR work.
oh.
I mean, it's just to me, it's everyday.
I think
shit.
people are that's what keeps reality shows alive. People are very interested in that
But
stuff.
that's the thing, though.
Like-
It's literally boring as fuck, and then
Yeah.
maybe something happens like
right.
once or twice a month where you're like, okay, something weird happened. Like to
I'm
make
saying
a
people don't
movie out
think
of
people
that.
don't think about the boring stuff. People don't think about you sitting in your car for 6 hours to watch some guy
The leaves blow across the
wander
yard.
into yeah
Yeah,
yeah they
yeah.
don't think-
Joe, neighbor's son-in-law was back this week.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
how'd that
Speaking
go?
of, yeah.
I
Did he
did
blow it
keep
into your door?
No, I actually kept an eye on him, and he
Speaking of,
he blew
PR,
it. he blew all his yard waste onto the grass, so
Okay.
nothing went in the storm drain.
What's
See?
the wait? Hold on. He blew the yard waste into
Into
the
the-
grass.
No,
Yeah.
like the clippings and stuff from
Well,
the
last
Oh,
time-
from,
Yeah.
from mowing the yard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Last
So-
time he was blowing it into the
Right.
sewer system.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
pissed
yeah, right,
Joe
yeah.
off.
And then Joe stood right in the rain gutter, like to stop him from doing it, and the guy just kept blowing at his ankles.
I just
And-
with the way when you said
Yeah.
that, I pictured the guy raking leaves and then blowing it all back into the yard.
just
So
like the
immediately
clippings that
the
were
image
left. Yeah.
Yeah.
gotcha.
So I thought I was like, okay, I don't know where we went. We had to go somewhere, but
It was yesterday. We were just heading out, and
It was Sunday.
oh, is that when we saw him?
well,
it was Sunday.
Sunday. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. So no fights in the roadway.
No.
But I did speak with our other neighbor next to me,
Mm-hmm.
and they had words with the father-in-law,
The
Oh, really?
homeowner,
and,
nice.
Okay,
and
good.
said, didn't appreciate what I heard of what happened, and please make sure that you speak to him that he won't do this and won't do that, and
Wow.
should have never spoken to Joe like that.
Mm.
And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'll talk to him. And
How
That
old
guy
is
must
this
have
guy?
felt like a real loser. He's like a
He's
50-something-year-old
probably
person,
not-
and
no,
his father-in-law is like,
he's-
"Listen here, Sonny."
Yeah, he's probably mid-50s.
The son-in-law is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm guessing, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it looks to me.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a mention on Johnny B's show last night. I accidentally said the F-bomb on the radio. So
Accidentally.
sorry, Johnny.
Accidentally,
Accidentally on purpose.
quote unquote.
Sorry, Will. Sorry, Johnny. But I was just talking and driving at the same time.
Wait,
And
just say what word it is, since you can say it on your show.
oh yeah, I was. Well, we were talking about the.
fiddlesticks.
Yeah, we were talking about the
Golly,
the
golly gee.
baseball
Oh darn.
announcer that said slip up on air.
Don't say that word. You can
And
say your
ninjas.
word.
Ninja.
I just said, it's the guys. The guy, I think the announcer's like in his late 60s, so he probably grew up with his
Even
father
worse.
calling it that.
He's
You
probably
know?
hung some.
But, I mean, who knows? I mean,
Jesus Christ.
What city?
Fuck.
What team?
That was
is
the
this
word
for?
right there.
I don't remember what team it was that he was announcing for, but I mean, you're
It was like a
talking-
minor league if it was the blank league that
no,
he
no, no,
missed.
no, no. That was just the museum he was visiting.
Oh, okay.
He was announcing, I
Okay.
think, for
This is why I don't talk on
what-
subjects I don't read up on.
maybe the Mets. It was like a team up north, and so this guy's in his late 60s. So his dad,
it was
probably
the A's, Oakland A's.
Oakland. Okay,
That's why they're moving to Vegas.
Right?
but I'm just
Closer to
guessing.
California.
Growing up, he probably heard his dad say that term, and over years he I'm sure called it the Negro League, but hearing his dad say it the other way, he probably just slipped. I mean, that's my guess. I don't know.
Fuck.
But yeah, I told Johnny, I said it was probably just fucking, and he was. So
Well, they got the mute button. They could,
they did
what is
mute it. They didn't dump me, so that was good.
Yeah.
So
Very kind.
They call it a
Proud-
cough button, I think.
no, that's different. A mute button. So when
a
you
dump.
it's a dump button. So when they use the dump button, it's a 30-second dump. So they press it and then it literally goes back, it X's you out, the comment, and then you have to it's a 30-second buffer.
Because
kinda
what you
thing.
hear on the radio is actually like 30
seconds,
seconds to
right.
60 seconds behind what they're saying.
Oh, I thought it was only a few. I thought it was only like
No,
5 or
I
10.
think it's 30.
Wow.
So yeah. So that was fun. We're gonna try. Well, what do you want to do first? Do you want to do we're stealing a bit from Calta. We're gonna do Google Feud. You want to do
I like
that?
it. Let's do that. Let's do
Okay.
some Google Feud.
Okay. The Google Feud.
You don't have to pay royalties or anything, right?
No. we don't.
I'm pretty sure they stole it from
Yeah, they
somebody
stole it
too.
from
Yeah,
Out.
all the radio people steal the
Yeah.
same bits.
Okay. So I typed into Google
You got 19 different radio stations doing War of the Roses.
Right?
how to tell if you have.
AIDS.
STD.
Hold on. No and no.
What?
What? Sorry.
Why
that was
don't- why
really
don't you
loud.
COVID.
That was
COVID.
really loud.
Why don't
COVID's
you
got to be number
Why don't
one.
you explain the game first so we know what's going on?
That's
You,
true.
you have to finish that sentence
Okay.
as Google would.
Our
What are
loyal
the-
listeners don't know what you're talking
What are the
about.
auto? Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I'm trying
So-
to guess what the auto.
Most popular
So
autofill.
so it's an autofill system that Google has based on the most recent searches.
And it's not based on your history.
No.
Is it recent searches or
Oh.
most popular searches?
How do you tell if you have boobies in your mouth?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. So it's how to tell if you have, and then it's going to give me
Yeah.
little words that
How
COVID.
no.
do you
No.
find a hotel
What?
that has extras?
A lot
But
of them.
yeah.
Some of these are actually a lot of them are medical conditions, but COVID
Okay.
and AIDS is not on the list.
How do I tell if I have
ADD.
Mm.
ankylosing spondylosis, whatever it's called?
Nope. Actually, let me back up.
how do you
All of
say that
these
word?
but one are a medical condition, and the one that's not is totally out of left field. Like, I don't even know.
Cancer. Cancer.
Nope.
Cancer is not?
Mm-mm.
I mean, I
How
guess
do
if you go to WebMD, everything is cancer.
How do
Shingles.
I tell if
And
I
the
have
two that
plantar
aren't,
fasciitis?
and the two that aren't are actually kind of related almost.
Really?
Yeah.
Shingles?
Nope.
How do I tell if I have an ulcer?
Mm-mm.
Um,
And
One
it's-
has to do with your hair.
Alopecia.
male pattern baldness.
Male
No,
pattern
but that's a good
baldness.
one.
Yeah.
How do I tell if it has to do with your hair?
Hair.
Your
Right.
head hair?
Your scalp, your hair.
butt hair.
Dandruff?
Dandruff.
No,
Really?
but it could maybe cause it. I don't know.
Dry
skin?
scalp?
No. All right, so
What?
that one's lice.
Lice.
Oh.
Wow.
Yep.
It's that common?
Wow.
Oh my god.
That was actually the last one. All right,
How
so
Did you guys have that in school where they had to go
Oh,
around
yeah.
with a comb and
Yeah.
check
So that
everyone's
gives
hair?
us a reference point.
yeah,
like,
so
Yeah.
we had to cut our hair like yours, Joe.
How do
Yeah.
I tell if I have Lou
Bed bugs.
Gehrig's disease?
Hmm. ALS.
No, but-
multiple sclerosis.
You know what? When you said COVID, a lot of people compare COVID to this other
The
thing.
flu.
Close.
Pneumonia?
Pneumonia.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so pneumonia.
Bronchitis.
Just start
No.
listing every medical
Right.
condition.
I know.
Pretty much.
One has to do with hitting your head.
Concussion.
Concussion. Yeah,
Concussion.
there you go.
What,
Okay.
ED?
Next is things that crawl in your bed.
Bed bugs.
Ew.
Ah.
Like How do you tell if you have bed bugs? Well,
You itch a lot.
You itch and you have bites
You
on your
have
face.
bites.
Right.
You have to look in the crevices.
So the next one is hernia.
All right.
Mm.
Been penetrated by Simon.
Right. And,
Go Plots.
his mission is complete.
Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Hi.
Oh my gosh.
How many are left?
Like 4.
4. All right, and they're all so there's
Or
still
3.
other. You said one of
No,
them.
4, no.
You said one more is kind of out there, right?
Bed bugs, I think, was the one that we said was out
okay.
there, or lice. I don't know, but yeah, those two. So one has to do with Joe. You have this condition, I think. I don't know. Did we violate a HIPAA law? I don't know.
ED,
Diabetes.
PE.
What'd you say?
Diabetes.
Correct.
Oh.
Okay. Next has to do with your mouth.
Mouth herpes.
A cold sore.
Cavity.
Bopple.
Cavity, yes.
Got the
Cavity.
bopple.
How do I tell if I have a cavity?
Yeah. And next have to do with your ear ball.
What?
Earache? Ear infection?
Ear infection.
Ear infection. Yeah, interesting.
Did he say
Really?
ear ball?
We call them ear balls on
That's
the
what we call
dogs.
it, yeah, we call them ear balls. Yeah, so here we are. It's concussion, bed bugs, a hernia, a cavity, diabetes, an ear infection, pneumonia, and lice.
The
Wow.
worst list ever.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's Google.
Interesting.
That's what people
Yeah.
are searching.
Yeah.
So you would think for sure it would be something different. I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that it's all medical stuff, but
I'd be like, how do you tell if you have a kid that smokes crack or something like that?
Right.
Like,
Right,
how do
yeah.
you tell
It's
if you
very
have
easy.
a wife that's
Yeah.
cheating on you?
It's
Yeah.
very easy. Your VCR disappears.
Right.
Well, if you have a VCR, then it should have disappeared a long time ago.
That's true.
Come
All
home,
right.
come home, and there's no lamp.
So, Laura, you're laying in bed in your hotel room in New York because you travel to New York all the time with your sister.
Okay.
And you wake up and you feel like your toe is not dry.
Okay.
So here's the thing. These women, to my understanding, didn't catch this guy in the act.
Nope.
And
If we're talking about
Well,
the
women- it was
hotel
a guy.
It was a man.
it's a
I know,
man getting
I know,
his toes
I know.
sucked.
Is that what I said?
So wait, it was
You said
men
women.
that were
Well,
getting their
no,
toes
the
sucked?
women. I said the women didn't know.
There were no women.
What women?
There
It was
were
all men?
It was only one man.
It was one man in bed
One
getting
his
manager,
toes
and one
sucked.
man.
No, but I thought he
One-
got caught by. I thought there was but this is it's got to be a pattern.
He's done other crimes involving women. This guy's got a rap sheet.
Okay.
But this thing was just one dude in bed.
He thought the man
He-
would be too
they'd
embarrassed
come-
to report him.
They'd come into his hotel room. The guy in like the hotel manager, whatever his position was, and then some other service technician. They'd come in to fix his TV the day before. The guy copied his key, and then snuck in, and the guy while he was asleep and started sucking his toes.
and he woke up in the middle of it.
He woke up in the middle of the
I
act.
thought he woke
yeah.
up afterwards.
No,
and
he
felt-
woke up in the middle of the
No.
act.
I would have
Wow.
kicked his fucking
That's
teeth
what I was
out.
thinking. Yeah, like how do you not send that guy flying across the room?
Right. I wouldn't care if I lost the toe. Where did my sound go?
I don't know. Where'd you go?
I don't know.
Uh oh.
She got kicked in the face.
Right. Right in the mouth.
I don't know where you went.
I don't either. I didn't touch anything.
You have to just do sign language now.
Yeah.
Here's my sign language.
Laura is temporarily unavailable. Wiggle your
Hello?
cord.
I didn't even touch it. Hello?
I don't know.
Yeah, but no, it was just that one dude getting his toes sucked,
Hmm.
living the
Do
dream.
you want to go grab that one or?
Nah, it's fine.
What's weird is that he complained about it. Like I specifically look for hotels that'll do that.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there I am. I'm back.
Oh.
Wiggle
Whatever
this-
you did.
yeah,
Okay.
Wiggle
That's fine.
this.
That's
Wiggle it.
what the
just
guy
a
was
little
saying
bit.
with his toes. Wiggle this.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't
Yeah,
move it.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you would think that he would be like the shit kicked out of him or something.
Yeah. I don't know how you don't kick that guy in the face.
Now
Yeah.
is that a charge for assault?
Kicking the
for
guy
sure.
in the face
Yeah.
or the toe sucking.
I don't know.
Well, I think the kick in the face would be self-defense.
It's not a sexual
Yeah.
battery.
Right, no.
I mean, the problem is it's not a
How is it?
sexual
So if it's
organ.
if the
per se.
guy is getting off sexually by sucking someone's toes, how is it not considered a sex crime?
because
I
it
know that
doesn't
it's not
involve
like
any
touching the other
genitalia.
guy's or like sexual organs or whatever. Like he's
I mean-
not raping the guy in the butt,
Yeah,
but
it's nothing
like,
sexual.
but the guy is getting off. Like, what if the guy was like masturbating on the other hand and he was sucking the toes?
Well, that's like if somebody stabs a girl, there's a very good chance they're doing it to get a sexual gratification, and they're not going to get charged for sexual assault there. It's because there's not like a sex act
because there's
per
an
se.
element about it doesn't mean.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Mm.
Yeah, but then he would get charged for exposure.
If his wiener was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if he did, now that could be different if he was exposed and finished on the guy's feet, then that's
Gross.
I like that, Greg. Yeah. let's-
After he sucked on him, not before.
yeah. Oh God, gross.
All right. So, Greg,
Yeah.
mother charged with the murder of her husband after she writes a novel, or not even a novel, a kid's book,
It's a kid's
About-
book, yeah.
A kid's
grieving the death of her husband,
Of a loved
What?
one.
Wow.
of a loved one. But
It's
my
supposed to be
God.
like to help children go through the
right.
grief process
Yeah,
of like losing a
right.
parent or a close family
And
member.
she wrote the book first.
no.
no, she overdosed him with fentanyl, and
Mhm.
then he passed away, and then she had a book come out
Then
and
she
did a
wrote the
book
book.
tour about how to grieve the death of a
okay.
loved one.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they had like two
Wow.
young children, I think, and so she ended
So
up
what
writing
you're
a
saying
book.
is I need to check Amaya's computer for notes, like a book outline.
What's weird is she tried like GBH and some different sorts of
Really?
painkillers, but she told they found text on her phone. It's like she said, "Give me that Michael Jackson shit."
Yeah. But he
That's
also,
amazing.
the husband
That's
thought that she
amazing.
tried poisoning him previously because
Right.
he went to a friend and said, I think she's trying to, like, she put it in his food prior to and he didn't
Oh
die.
my God.
And he confided in a
not s-
friend that he thinks that she's trying to kill
It
him.
sounds like he needs to confide in the police at that point.
Right?
Well, I mean,
That very easily, he could have gone and gotten blood work done and
Yeah.
figured that out really
How long
fast
does
and
that
gone to
stuff
cops.
stay, though?
Fentanyl? Probably a while.
it's a,
Well,
yeah,
the fentanyl killed him.
That's
right.
true.
But like GHB and all that shit, not long.
Not long, right? Yeah.
Really?
No.
Oh.
That's why it's
Yeah.
a date rape drug.
Yeah.
You handle your business, and there's no.
Well, it used to be a bodybuilder drug back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
The bodybuilders were using it to get thick. So y'all want to try this beer?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
You guys got it.
We are going to try Price's
Horchata.
Horchata.
Just give us one. I'll take a sip of his beer.
Thank you, sir.
You don't like beer in general, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Thank you.
say it's only this beer you don't like.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not
It's a
on price.
rice,
Showed
a
up.
rice ale with cinnamon and vanilla.
And that is
Right.
Price depicted in. Yeah. So
Your face.
So is he the brewer? Is he the owner, or
he's just a brewer that brews.
Yeah,
So-
he's a
so-
brewer over there.
He's
so
horchata.
they give him like the flexibility to kind of play around and do what he wants? And
Yeah, I think
come
they
up with
have
his
like
own lines?
they have like their staple lines of beer, whatever it is they have, but I think they allow their brewers to kind of like make small batches, and then if it's a hit, they'll sell it.
That's
Good
pretty
then.
good. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. They give him the flexibility.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he's like the main brewer, he gets the the say.
All right,
That's
I'm gonna
cool.
sip my sip.
Sippity sip.
Like I've said, I've had this before. It's amazing in my opinion. It's really great.
Here, let me try it.
Sorry.
Let me try it again. Go ahead, Joe. Try it out.
Right, rice ale with cinnamon and vanilla.
Yeah, I was gonna read that next, but
Sorry.
no, you're good. As long as somebody does it.
I think I did it already too.
Well, we'll let you do it again.
I like it.
Good, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Greg.
All right, so I'm about to try Price's horchata. It's a rice ale with cinnamon and vanilla.
And vanilla.
And
I kind of want to call him. He knows we're trying it out this week, but
It's a malt beverage.
That's interesting.
Yep.
It's say it's like a Christmas time drink, or
Oh,
no,
really?
or fall maybe.
Yeah?
Like a fall drink. That's
Hmm.
what I get from it.
okay. I'm a fan.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't think I'd sit around and do like 4 or 5 of them, but
I don't think they want you to.
probably
I don't-
not.
I mean, because
They don't have it on tap, I don't think. They just sell it by
What's-
the cans to go.
And it doesn't
think it
feel as
depends.
heavy as like a thick ale.
it is a.
oh, it's not
heavy.
heavy at all.
No.
Was
That's
it
what I'm saying,
5
it's not heavy.
5.8%?
Yeah, I think
Yep.
so.
Yeah. What was that? Jesus Christ, Greg.
No, he's
Was
moving
that
the
you?
chair.
That was the chair. Yeah.
Oh, you're moving the chair.
Yeah, wow, that is loud.
So we got new electric recliners in the studio, and Greg's sampling some of the.
yeah, playing around.
They're for sale if
Options.
you want them.
You know,
Yeah.
Oh,
everything's
no.
for sale.
Don't buy
Joe.
them. Don't buy them.
Laura's for sale too.
We got a couple of extra ones in the garage.
Yes, we do have some extra
Yeah.
in the
We
garage.
can't take these, but
Yeah, but I like this. So Pinellas Ale Works.
I
Do you want to? Can you Google search the address? I forgot it. I meant to write it down. But it's in Pinellas,
It's
South
off
South.
Not on the-
275
not on
with
the can?
5th Avenue.
It's just like 4th Avenue or 5th Street.
5th Street North.
5th Street North, just at 2nd Avenue South.
First Avenue South.
Well, it's between the two.
What's 1962?
1962
First
1st Avenue South. Yeah.
Says it right on the can.
All right, repeat it real loud.
1962 1st Avenue South, St. Pete. 33712. You
Yep.
need all that.
Yep. Good deal. So yeah, I like it. And you
They
can,
had a what was it? A pineapple cider.
They have
that
a
I
lot
had.
of
It was
different
really
beers.
good. It was on tap. It was delish.
Yeah, I have a beer called Cocoa Mutt.
What's the other one?
Oh, you would ask me.
I know,
I bought 2 other beers.
but they're like in bottle, like big bottles.
Yeah.
We can go back to the photo evidence. You sent us a picture.
That's
of it.
true.
Yeah, go look at the photo, Joe. We'll pause randomly.
Pause for pause. That was intentional pun.
I don't know. He put civil case like 4 times.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was a mistake or what.
No,
Probably.
he probably sent it once and the phone did it.
You got a bean porter
Bean
The
porter.
bean porter. Yeah.
with just the tip in the back.
Always just a tip.
So it's the coffee and vanilla porter. Yeah, that'll be good.
I'm not in the coffee type guy, so
Oh, I love coffee beers. Coffee porters. Yeah. I love them.
He loves them with cigars or dessert.
Mm-hmm. Always good.
But what does horchata mean?
I don't know.
It's a what, Greg? Milk based.
Milk. There's no milk in it.
Well, it says lactate or something, doesn't it? Lactose or something.
I don't know.
One of these days, I'm gonna remember that shower curtain. I fucking jump every time I
Are
go
you
in there.
serious?
Yes, I'm gonna remember it one of these days.
I was able to show him the reason why I bought the shower curtains over the weekend because I was just lost in the TikTok reel, whatever, Facebook reels, whatever it is, and people started saying, "Oh, this is my funny shower curtain," and then the next person would stitch on their shower curtain, and they were like, kind of hold my beer, and then it just kind of kept going. There was all these funny cat hilarious shower curtains. So I'm like, this is the reason why I got that shower
Well,
curtain.
you're on some, was it not TikTok, but some Google or
What?
What is it? Like a page that they all post them?
No, I was just, you literally will like click on a random reel. Like if you look, if I think it's funny and I need to laugh, you know, and then you just keep scrolling and it'll keep just giving you random shit. And I just,
Oh.
it was one of those random, I call them reel holes because you just kind of get lost in it.
Yeah.
And then you just keep scrolling and the next thing you know, your
And
day's
it's only
gone.
shower curtains?
No, that was just like, they're like funny videos. And like, that was just one of the random
Showercurtains.com.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, you were showing me like you flipped through like 5 that were just shower curtains. So I figured you had like
No, that one video,
No,
it was
it's
like, so people will post like, this is my funny shower curtain. And then the next person will be like, well, hold my beer kind of thing. And they'll stitch theirs right on the end. And then, so like the video just gets a little longer. It's the one.
Oh,
So the one that I saw that I showed you was like
did
4
you stick your
curtains
video
long.
in there?
I don't know how to do it. So, and I don't know how to do it. I don't
What I hate about social media are all the algorithms and shit.
I know.
Mhm.
Like you
All I see is
you post
tits and
one ad,
guns.
yeah. I mean I'm not complaining about that, but yeah, just some like you can't. I'm afraid to click on anything. I'm
Right.
afraid to touch anything
Mm.
because then I'm just gonna be flooded with it.
Well, I
It's
found
so
out
annoying.
today
There's gotta be
that
a way to get around that.
I could have become TikTok, Facebook famous, whatever it is. This woman is, you know, kind of getting her clicks or views, whatever. She's able to find anyone simply based off of a photo. And the article I read, some guy was like, you can't figure out who I am. And he had 2 TikToks on his account. There was one of his truck and then one of his dog. So it wasn't even his face. There was not his name. His TikTok account wasn't even like a name or something that you could put into Facebook and it was the same thing. So she starts talking about all the steps that she took to figure out who this guy was. Because he's like, I bet you can't figure out my birthday or whatever it was. So she found out who he was, his name, his birthday. She was just showing all the steps. And I'm like,
Yeah, it sounds
I
like
do
you need
that
to-
all the time. Like I could be famous for that shit.
You need to hire her, Drew.
Well, that's why you should keep your profiles private.
Oh, mine
Because
is.
the reason how she did it was going through his friends list and his
Right. It was the
contacts,
friends.
his followers
Yeah.
and who he follows and
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
the
that
family.
shit comes back. You know,
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much time she spent on it, but you know,
Some of those probably quick.
Yeah.
Probably real
That's why
quick.
I don't do social media.
That's an
Well,
even
you
better
know,
policy.
Joe, you're the only serial killer I know that respectively stays off social media.
Hi, I don't care.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Whose microphone is
At
giving
least
me
I'm polite
heebie-jeebies?
about
I think it's mine. I hit this again, and then it got a little staticky. Sorry. I won't touch it again.
Rock the mic.
Hands to myself.
Hang on, I'm gonna try something.
That's,
That's
what she said.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, you missed that.
It's definitely yours.
While you were gone last week, Jay and I,
Yeah.
we kept saying the same thing like 3 times. I was
It was like they
we're,
synced their
Nice.
periods.
we're, in the-
Yeah.
we're making the same joke.
Nice.
So this lady's disabled. She's paralyzed from like
Not
the
my
waist
fault.
down. And
Wait, no, I have a good one.
okay.
Does she identify as transportation with her wheelchair?
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Transportation.
Wow.
So
I
she's
stole that from a comedian.
I was
Just
say,
gonna
yeah,
say.
either-
I didn't think of that
either-
myself.
Either
I
you
didn't
worked
think of
on
that
that or you
myself.
stole
Yeah,
it.
I didn't.
I
I didn't.
identify as vertically challenged and
Can you-
and
can-
horizontally
can you-
gifted.
follow this and wiggle it. And just,
Vertically challenged and horizontally gifted.
Nice.
so she hasn't had sex. She's a virgin. She lives in the UK, and you're stuck on Joe,
Sorry.
by the way.
Don't give me 2 jobs.
I know it's hard to do 2 things at once. So she decides after her friend comes over and gives her a massage, female friend, that she feels like she's been missing
Intimacy?
the intimacy of touch,
Mm.
and she
Now-
decides that she wants to explore that.
But she
and-
can't feel anything below the waist, I assume, right?
Yeah, but she can. She apparently can feel.
Oh, she can feel
Yeah.
that? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Good for her.
So
Off again.
I've got to keep you off until you figure this out.
How
I
old
don't know what.
How old is
I
she?
don't know why.
49.
49?
So was
Yeah.
she born paralyzed,
Yeah.
or was it like
I thought you were
okay?
going to say born a virgin. I was like, it's pretty
Well, duh.
So she hires a escort service, a male escort.
Oh, okay. She should have auctioned off her virginity.
Right?
Right? I mean, but
It's
it-
a thing these days.
Oh, yeah.
in the UK, it's legal for you to hire an escort. It's not legal for streetwalkers
Mm.
or brothels, but you can hire an escort.
It should be legal everywhere.
Wait,
Wait,
It's
not
stupid.
wait. I need sound. Not brothels, but escort services,
Yes.
because it's kind of like you would think that both of them would keep their employees checked and clean either way, like a brothel.
Call UK and ask them.
I don't know.
They're worried about the societal impact and the,
Right.
the
So
area. And,
Maybe with the new king, those will change.
yeah.
she hires this male escort, and this is what's funny in the article. They apparently did this for 2 hours. He's like, after our 2-hour session, I'm like,
Wow.
what? 2 hours?
Wow.
Massage or just touch?
Fucking.
Like okay,
Yeah, they
I mean,
banged.
that includes
Okay.
the get to know you.
Yeah, that's
portion.
got to include everything.
So, and then she goes into detail about her first time and how she learned how her body acts during the first time, and that her legs twitch and go uncontrollable, and that she next
Really?
time needs to tie her legs down.
What?
does that mean she's getting nervous? Why do you have me so high?
You're not.
I
I'm
am.
reading
Maybe,
the meters.
maybe she.
But like, is she like? Does she have nerve endings then? Like, should the doctors look into that and see if
she
there's
obviously
actually
does
some
if
type of
She's reacting. to
right?
it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously there should have been some type of medical intervention that gave her legs back a lot sooner.
Maybe that's the cure. She just needs to get laid.
Right? She just needs to get
lot.
fucked for 2 hours at a time,
Yeah.
Don't you
Don't we all?
and then she
No.
can walk right out of there.
But wait a
Honestly,
second.
I don't.
Now,
I don't want 2 hours.
No, dude, no, that's
if
a
that's
lot.
part of
that's,
her-
a big, that's a big commitment.
Yeah.
If that's part of her medical treatment, is that insurance will cover that now?
That's what she said.
Right?
She said that she wants the government to start paying for.
It's a medical treatment.
She wants there to specifically be money allocated for paralyzed and disabled people to use for sex, specifically for sex, to pay for sex.
But I
Really.
feel like she kind of kept herself single. Like there are plenty
Well, now
of
she
people
says
who are
she's on the dating-
paraplegic, quadriplegic, who are
Yeah,
in
it's not like
relationships.
it's not like, yeah,
it's not like they
handicapped people
need.
can't get.
I mean,
Right.
a hole in a pulse is all that you need.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Man.
bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
for you, Joe. I mean,
I'm just saying that's what people think. You know.
I'm just saying, but
I'm betting there are guys that seek that out.
Oh yeah, sure.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, so basically they want the government to start paying for
Of course, because
escort services.
everybody wants the government to pay for everything.
Well, but I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to. I can't imagine that being a huge expense on the government. Throw out some pennies every once in a while.
What do you call that program?
Well, then you become the escort, and
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
put in like, hey, I'm a new vendor.
Yeah.
You put your contract in with the government. You got a
Yeah.
government contract, you'll get laid.
Why doesn't she use her disability? Kind of like you were saying, there are people that are into that kind of thing. She should become her own escort, and then she gets paid for people to bang her, and then she gets best of both worlds.
She has dignity.
Sure. That's why she's going on international news asking for whores so she can get her rocks off.
Did you say a horse?
Whores.
Oh, boy.
Because I've heard about the horse. It's like
Which brings us to our next topic.
Isn't that in Mexico?
Look at that.
Wait,
That's
it's
now
donkey.
that's a segue, Joe.
Right?
That is a segue.
Good job.
All right, pro and con, Kentucky Derby,
ouch.
What the pros of the Kentucky
the
Derby
pros and the cons.
of just
There's
horse racing
really
in general?
there's no pros. I mean, it's just, it's a sport where they
Gambling.
dope up the animals. Right, it's
Gambling's
gambling.
a pro.
But the animals are, it's kind of like greyhound
Oh,
racing.
you're
They've
talking about pros or cons for the horse?
got- I think he means as a whole.
As a whole, for
Well, yeah, it's
you know,
entertainment.
society,
It's entertainment.
Right,
mean-
that's about it.
celebrities are at the Kentucky Derby like left and right.
They're treated a lot better than the dogs were at the dog track.
I don't know. I mean, a dog breaks a leg, they'll fix it. A horse breaks a leg, they put a
Well,
bullet in its head.
Okay, well
That's different because a horse
that is different.
they need to stand and
Yeah,
they
sleep
basically
standing. They
yeah.
sleep standing up.
Oh no, I get that, but it's just
But that has nothing to do with the races. If a
Yeah,
horse
no.
breaks its leg
That's just in general.
hanging out in the
Yeah, I don't know.
backyard, they're
Yeah.
gonna do the same thing.
but there
Yeah.
are ways that they can attempt to heal the leg.
No.
There are ways. It doesn't mean it's going to be successful. I mean, it's a very low chance, but instead of putting the money towards it, they just
But
get rid
that's
of the
just-
animal.
But to Joe's point, that's not racing specific. So I don't think you can count that as a con of horse racing.
Yeah.
It's less likely that a horse is going to go snap its leg if it's just hanging out in the corral.
Running around the backyard, yeah, it would.
It could, yeah.
I don't think
And
so.
that's all they're
I mean-
doing in the racing is running.
At least in the races, they're on tested and clean tracks.
Yeah.
But they're
Whereas when
doped
they're-
up too.
But
That's
when
why
they're
two
running
died
Well,
and
they're
then
not
one
supposed.
handler.
They're not supposed to be doped up.
supposed to,
So that's-
not supposed
But
to.
what's the
That's
deal? The guy that was banned this week,
hmm
he was responsible for 3 of the horses that died. Was that?
I know for
sure.
sure the first 4 that they mentioned, he was responsible for 2.
Yeah, I think
Those were
I-
ones that died suddenly. The other 2 broke. Well, I just said 2. The other 2 broke legs, and so they went that was the reason they
Were
went
they
down. and
breaking
were-
legs because they're running too hard and fast?
I think so. And then out of I think there's 3 more, so like 7 total.
There's
One
7
ended
total,
up
yeah.
getting bumped by another horse, so it kind of like fell
it
and
over.
it yeah. So one was an accident that way, and then I think all the other ones had broken legs.
Well, I mean,
I don't think it's not. I mean, I've never been to see how
no,
they are
neither have I.
treated exactly, but from what I've what I've read or whatever, I don't think I think they could have a much worse life, And
I just don't understand why there's no technology available, or they're just not spending money on the research to save horses that are injured. Like, to me, that just doesn't make sense.
well.
They'd rather not spend the money. They just get a
Oh,
new
they
horse.
no,
$3
no,
million
those horses
horses.
are very expensive. Yeah.
I think it has to do with if the horse doesn't recover properly and the bones don't heal properly, it'll be in continuous pain the rest of its life.
Yeah.
And so that's not exactly, fair to them.
Well, but I mean, everybody that has an injury
Yeah.
has some type of after pain, for the rest of
They
their
should
life.
just-
But
they
you
should
can
just-
you can sit on a chair and put your leg up when you break your leg, and you can sit in bed for 6 weeks, whereas a horse can't.
They should just
mean,
send
they
the
have to
horse
have-
the UK.
they have to have
could
big
get laid on the
apparatus.
government dime.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, maybe send them to a stud farm.
Yeah.
They'd have to have a big apparatus to keep the weight of the horse elevated off the ground
Mm-hmm.
for like 8 weeks. For a
They
bone
do.
to
I mean,
like
there are
vets
people in the
offices,
hospital for
there are
fucking 3
veterinary
months.
colleges that do all of that. There's rescues that do all of that, but they don't contact the rescues. They just
And it seems like
euthanize.
there could be like some type of water treatment where the gravity is used to like take the weight off, and
You can't do with the water because if the hooves. Well, I guess if you're doing water treatments for like a short period of time, but you can't just leave them suspended in water because they'll get hoof rot.
all right. Well, I thought hoof rot was better than like getting a shotgun to the head, but whatever.
I don't know.
Well,
So-
what's good as a
not in-
leg if you don't have a foot? Like
I'm not an equine veterinarian.
Well, what do you
but
think
I-
about the rodeo then with the bulls and?
I mean, I think it's kind of past time. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's still around. It's to me, it's not as bad as the Spanish bull, pen.
Right? Yeah, I was gonna say it's not as bad as that,
What
where
is
they're
it?
killing
Well, 'cause
them
they kill
in the
'em, yeah.
ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like the rodeo, where those bulls. Something. I mean, I don't know what their life expectancy is, but doing what they're doing, it doesn't kill them. It rouses them up and makes them fucking fling a fucking cowboy like
Yeah.
15 feet.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's not.
What about the bull run that's before the actual?
I don't know, but I love it when somebody
Running-
gets trampled.
running-
Mhm.
running-
Like-
Or
running in a
impaled.
bull.
I laugh.
Yes,
I laugh
Those
so
are the
hard.
best.
Yeah. Raul, Raul,
hmm
he went to one.
Like partook in
Yeah,
the run.
yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
I'm glad he survived.
But I mean, they're dangerous, and when humans get in those rings and fuck around with bulls, I mean,
Fuck around, find out.
fuck around, find out type situations. But I don't know. It's like one of those things to where when the animal wins, I laugh, But I don't think, I don't know what the life expectancy of a bull is when they're in a rodeo.
I just think it's shit because they're doing it for entertainment. Like, are they killing the bull and then like eating it so it's not going to waste? Like,
In
sure.
the rodeo or
People
in
who
Spain?
hunt deer, like it sounds terrible, like when their heads go up on the walls. But if they get used out of the rest of, people have venison in their freezer all year.
Most
I'm
are
not
hunters who
upset
are
about that.
hunting or eating the animals.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. If it's the same with the bull, then it's not. I mean, it sucks that they're like it's a slow kill as opposed to a quick, painless death. But
Oh no, they kill him quick in Spain.
I
It's
thought they
the-
stab him like 40, not 40 times, but I thought they like kept poking him with the things and then.
No, they just avoid him, and then at the end they just put a sword to him.
If they hit them in the right spot.
At least that's how I did it when I was mad at him.
When you were mad.
When you
at
were
them.
Yeah.
mad.
In his previous life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna call Jolene, but apparently she's
Jolene,
busy washing her
Jolene.
horses.
She has horses?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
What's a Jolene?
She tried to take you man.
It's a great song by Dolly Parton and
It
also Drew's ex-girlfriend.
Oh,
I mean, years ago.
like
What?
2021.
You guys gonna compare notes?
No, I haven't met her
Maybe.
before, but we have had some funny Facebook comments back and forth recently. So I really want to meet her. And the fact that she has horses now, that just increased it.
I'm gonna try to call her.
Don't mess around when she's cleaning her horses.
Hello.
Hi
You
guys.
should just start saying
Jolene.
Jolene when she answers.
She's not gonna answer.
Laura, can you sing the Jolene
Should have called.
song now?
Should have called Jay.
Please don't take my man.
Do you want to call Jay?
Yeah. Ask him what line he's in right now.
Right. Okay. Let's call Jay.
It's gonna be loud as fuck too.
Didn't he say he was going to the Star Wars one? Or he said he's been to it.
I don't know. Is that what he said?
I know he said he's been to it. I just didn't know if he said he was going this time.
It's probably on I-4 in traffic on the way back.
He might be scouting out
In the new raised traffic.
scouting out the new
gross.
location.
You put me on the show.
Sounds like you're in some Disneyland restaurant.
Blake Shelton's bar.
Blake Shelton has a bar at
It's called
Disney.
Old Red.
Old Red, like his song.
Like the
That's a
dog.
good song.
I just read that on there. Otherwise, I had no idea.
Sounds
Yeah.
like you've got like 5 kids in the background.
That's loud.
Right?
No, Erica and two Genius.
Well, tell them to shut up. Well, we just wanted to check in and clarify why you were not in the studio tonight.
You're missing out on the horchata.
Having a magical time.
Happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
So, Jay, you're not going to be back until when? October?
It's maybe next week. We'll see.
Maybe,
Maybe
next
next
week.
week.
All right,
We'll
let's
get
make-
him one time before he leaves
Let's
again.
make it happen. I bought shrimp tonight. We have shrimp cocktail here.
What's your poker availability, Jay?
Anytime I'm not there, you do the cool stuff.
What's your poker availability? Cool. That sounds good.
Yeah, there's too
I
much
like it.
background there.
Yeah, he can't hear us.
Hang up
All
on him.
right, Jay. Good
Bye.
night.
Hang up
Jesus
on him.
Christ. Between Laura's microphone and Jay's background. Jeez.
Yeah.
Leave my mic alone.
You need to fuck with your cord. Figure this
I'm
shit
not
out.
tech. You're tech.
You hear
I'm
this
just
shit?
pushing buttons.
Man. All right. Simon, fuck Garby.
Do it.
It's an order.
You gotta put your foot up.
Speaking of that, that would be a top 10.
Right.
Put your foot up.
Right.
What's the gestation period for half dog, half man?
Mm.
Oh.
You stink. You stink.
All right, so we're gonna do a top 10 list, y'all.
Y'all.
Do it.
Yeah. a list?
Y'all. Let me find it real quick. Where was I at when I pulled that up?
Oh boy.
I know.
Doesn't even save it.
Oh boy, top 10 dating deal breakers.
So this is
Dating or-
actually you're actually dating the person. This isn't like
Dating app,
pre-dating. like,
yeah.
I think it's going to be you're just getting to know the person. Like
Okay.
I know we did a show before on red flags and it's similar to that, but this
Okay.
is apparently like you're just getting to know the person.
okay.
Too many.
Not
extras.
not giving it up.
Not giving it up, but you know, you're probably just getting to know the person.
No, no. So
Not
that-
looking
that's
like
not
they're-
on, so that's not on the list, is what you're talking about.
Oh. The horchata's hitting me hard, man. The horchata.
Still live with their parents.
Yeah, living with the parents.
Right?
You know, honestly,
No job.
that should fucking definitely be on there,
But
Joe,
every
and it's
fucking
not.
kid nowadays live with their parents until they're 30.
No job.
No, so
They don't look like their profile picture.
that should be one. But no, it's not on there.
No job is not on there either.
They text in all those tiny little like.
Emojis.
Yeah.
They
that's the
go.
word.
They want to go Dutch on the first date.
See, y'all's answers are much better than what they have here. That's what I don't understand.
And
Wearing
you got a shit list. How old is the list?
wearing a wedding ring.
Let me do this. I'm gonna punch up a new.
That's not a
list.
red flag.
No,
That's just a mistake on that person's part
Right.
because
Right.
he didn't mean for you to find out.
hang on.
Notice I said he. Like it's not going to be the
That's-
woman.
Let's do top 10 red flags. First date.
Dating website. I think the dating website's funnier.
Okay. Dating website.
Or apps, whatever they call them.
Is this including our new one, furbabies.com? or-
Yeah, see, all these just keep going back to dating red flags, which isn't what
We did that already.
I know.
I know.
So,
Whole episode.
all right, so these are a few more that weren't on the first episode, so we're just gonna have to stick with it, okay?
No.
Eh,
I mean, I agree with you guys. Profile photo doesn't pay for the or doesn't offer to pay for the meal, whatever. So the first one is bad hygiene.
Oh, you're just gonna tell us the list?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a few
So
out.
they're stinky on the first date to like, if you're getting to know them, you would think that they'd put their best foot forward and they would shower.
Bad
maybe they have
hygiene,
messed up teeth or something like that.
Halitosis.
No.
poor poor dressing.
Wrinkly clothes.
No,
Big
a lot
Holes-
of a lot
holes
of
in
these
clothes.
a lot of these are actions, not observations.
actions.
Okay.
Rude to the waiter or hostess.
See, that would be one of mine.
On the phone
Yep.
too much.
Mm.
That also would be one of mine.
Going to the bathroom too much.
farting.
I like all of y'all's better. Let's do our
None
own
of these
10-10
are on
list.
there.
No.
Jesus.
Farting.
I feel like I just want to go through this list.
All right, yeah,
because-
just,
Right.
just run through it. Let's see.
yes,
if maybe we
Garby's got to go.
Yeah.
All right, so bad hygiene, selfishness. Like, can you tell on
God,
a
You
first
can't
date
tell on a
about?
first date. No.
Yeah, because they keep talking about themselves.
Well,
But that's the whole
That's-
point of a
that's the
date is
point
to
of
get
the
to know
date,
them.
yeah.
No, but
dude,
you have to like
Men-
listen and ask a question about the
But-
other person
Yeah,
and take
that's-
turns.
That's tough.
It's
But
got to be back and
the
forth.
problem is until you put out a man is like so charming and manipulative and you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they're just totally a different
is,
person
is that how they
Mhm.
treat you?
Yeah.
all the time, Joe. All the time. All right, so and the third one is abuse.
Abuse.
Like how do you determine that on
Yeah.
a first date? I mean,
I mean, if it's true, I mean, it's true that
Yeah,
if
I
they start
mean-
abusing you on the first date,
But
that's a red flag.
typically, right.
I mean,
So
at
they're
least,
not. So it's not wrong.
at least
Right.
you know what you're getting into for
Right.
What the hell?
long term.
At least there's no attachment on your end and you can
Jesus
get the fuck
Christ.
out. And there's no kids to stick
I
around
feel like
for.
at that point you call the cops. Like,
Right.
just-
well, this
One of-
next one is obvious. Humorless. You can determine that, I'm sure, on a first
Yeah.
date. Like,
Yeah.
If they don't listen
If
to
you're
our
not-
show, then you just ditch them. You know?
Right.
Jealousy, like that's also hard to tell on a first
I
date.
mean, if your dating
I
pool,
mean-
How?
if your dating pool is limited to our viewers,
Again, I
That's a
don't.
problem.
Again, I don't know that it's necessarily wrong, but it's like, how would you tell?
I mean, unless it's like a female waitress is kind of being flirtatious with the male, and then the
Well,
girl on the
Okay,
date's
okay.
like, oh, like,
Yeah.
she kind of has a
well,
remark
the
about
next
it.
two are pretty much identical. It says substance abuse and addiction, but those are two separate titles. And I'm like, first date.
This list is terrible.
Right.
I know.
Let's go do some meth in the
This
parking
is
lot.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But
Clingy.
I mean, usually crackheads end up with other crackheads. So
hey, can I snort
true.
some? Can I snort some coke off your ass in the bathroom?
Sounds like a great date.
I mean,
Clingy men. Or just clingy.
Clingy on the first date. Like, how does that even?
I don't know. If
How do you demonstrate
mean-
that that quickly?
There may be some like indicators, like always wanting to touch.
I guess. Or making,
like being
yeah.
real close.
Making
like,
like you can make plans, like start
Yeah.
making plans way too early. kind of
right.
thing,
Yeah. Like, oh, you got to meet my mom.
Oh my god, yeah.
Or you
And
just bring your mom.
What
on
are
your
you doing
first
for
date.
Thanksgiving?
Right.
It's February.
April.
Yeah.
gotta lock it down.
communication, which
That yeah. I mean, you can figure that out on the first date if it's just
Yeah.
long pauses.
Yeah.
But that's also
Kinda
things
like our
in
show.
common.
That could just
Yes.
that could just be
long
a sign
pauses.
that it's a shitty
They
date.
just they
Yeah.
just need somebody to go back and edit it afterwards.
Right.
I'm here for you.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
God, if you had date editors, that'd be
I know.
incredible.
Right. That's what text messages are for.
I would
Let's write a
I would-
movie.
You can
I would,
edit your own
I would
shit.
delete many of them, but
Can we do that? Like an AI dating
Yes.
like editor,
that'd be amazing.
where you
Yeah.
don't actually remember the date, but you just watch the video of your date the next
Mhm.
day.
Yeah. Well, that's called getting drunk. But
Right.
It's called social media. God
Yeah.
damn it! Why did I post all that shit?
exactly.
All right, so an ex, which I mean, I guess
An
if
ex,
they sit there and
that's-
talk about their ex all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Or they take you to a restaurant that their ex works at to try and make the other one jealous, or like the ex jealous.
Who would do that?
Oh God.
I'm sure there's plenty of
sure
people,
people
who
have
would do
done
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baggage.
Yeah, that's fair.
hmm
Yeah.
I mean, what's baggage though? I mean, I have 5 kids. I have
Right.
2 dogs.
Yeah.
I have,
Like
Yeah.
like if I were to get divorced, I would immediately have baggage.
Mhm.
It'd be
I
very.
mean, I wouldn't date you. Because
But I think it's also how you carry it. It's if you
by
were
the
to get out of a
straps or by the
relationship.
shoulder straps.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much. Is it backpack? No, but I think it's more so if you jump from like one bad relationship right back into dating, you're gonna have all of those emotional issues, jealousy, whatever
Yeah.
else that you're bringing along with you. But if you end your relationship, you
Yeah, 'cause-
heal, you
right.
get over it, you have some time in between so that when you go into your next relationship, it's healthy.
Yep.
Just because you have 3 kids with your ex-wife or your ex-husband doesn't mean that your children or your ex is baggage anymore because
Right.
you've healed, you know how to
Well,
handle everything. and-
Yeah, and when you get to a certain age, if you're gonna date age appropriately, then
Hello,
it's gonna be
Amy
very.
Carlton. How are you doing?
What's up,
What the-
Jennifer
oh.
Fury?
What's up, my brother?
Nothing. You are live on the air.
Sweet. It's my favorite thing ever. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. We're talking to Jennifer Fury. She's an attorney out of Bradenton, Manatee County.
She's got a ton of energy.
A ton of
It
energy.
is nice to be here. I know this subject. This is
Well-
a subject that I have been railing about for a while.
We're going to, just for the viewer's sake, we're going to jump back and we're going to go back into this a punter that was discharged from the Bills. And he was falsely accused of,
Right.
we'll say sexually assaulting a female. What should the punishment be for this lady who falsely accused him of this situation?
Here's where I am. Okay, as a criminal defense attorney who oftentimes does a lot of these types of cases. I do a lot of sex assault cases. And, I've thought a lot about this. And my problem is that, I know that there are times when, something goes down, somebody makes an allegation, they're angry, they're drunk, they're whatever they are. And once the die is cast, they can't undo it. And you talk to a lot of alleged victims in depositions like I do, and you can tell there is this fear that if they actually undo the nonsense that they have done, that they will get arrested for making a false allegation.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that. I get that, your fear of like, if I go back and right this wrong, something bad is going to happen to me. So they won't right it. And my feeling is that if prosecuting attorneys, if state legislatures would make some room that says, hey, listen, we understand, feelings get hot, people do whatever. Look, I'm going to give you 30 days. If you come in and you recant within that 30 days, you will not face repercussions. I will not charge you. If you go in and you say, listen, I was whatever I was upset, this was a breakup, I caught him with another girl, or I was just angry at him because he ditched me, or whatever the deal is as to why you've made a false, accusation. I was embarrassed because I was drunk and I was like taking on however many dudes like this woman was, or whatever the deal was.
Exactly.
I can take it back. I can reel it back within 30 days, and I can undo it, and I will not face anything. Once I get past the 30 days, if I continue to hold on to this nonsense and you come to find out that I have made this up, then yeah, you should be prosecuted. And I think what will happen is that in, say, a 30-day period or a 45-day period where things have cooled off, you realize that you're not going to have, criminal repercussions from what you've done. You can reel it back. You can say, hey, look, I this is why I did this, and I'm sorry. But once you get past that point and you have, this man has lost his job, he has, suffered all kinds of consequences, then, it should be a jailable offense as far as I'm concerned.
I think it should
Yeah, I
definitely be
agree.
I think it should be a felony.
And no, but here's the thing: it is a felony, right? It
But
already is. In the
it's
state
not-
of Florida,
but
it is a
It's
felony.
not an enforceable felony. It's not enforced ever. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not enforced. Well, no, that's not true. It is enforced. It's just not enforced in these cases, right? For example, there is a statute. God love me, I don't remember what the statute is, but if you make a false report and it results in the arrest of another human being, that's actually a felony. It already is in the state of Florida. If I give a false name on a traffic ticket or whatever, that's a different thing. A false report is a misdemeanor.
I've
under
just
those
never seen it. I've
circumstances.
never seen anybody charged with it.
They don't prosecute it, and you're right. The state attorney's offices and whatever don't go after it. And here's why they don't: because there is no safety net. And that's why I'm saying, I think if we supplied a safety net where we gave people the opportunity, especially in these cases, to say, look, I'm going to, in 30 or 45 days, I'm going to reel it back and I'm going to power down and nothing bad's going to happen to me. I think you would find that they would, in fact, reel it back and dial it down. But they double down on it because they're like, I can't undo it. If I say now I'm making it up, or I was just angry, or I was drunk, or whatever I was, they're afraid of getting arrested, even though you and I both know they don't get arrested, right? They think they do. And so, I mean, if you had something in writing that said, hey, look, we're going to put it on, we're going to, make a public notice issue about it, where we're like, look, especially in sexual assault cases, especially in those.
Well,
Look,
the guy that's
you've
making
made
him how much a year, and he's at his beginning of his career, and he's basically fucked for the rest of his year.
I mean, he
his
has
career.
civil recourse here, right?
Well,
he
and
can
that
sue
guy.
her.
Well, and listen. I'm going to say this too. Shame on her, but shame on the NFL, right? And here's where I come from on this. Where I come from on this is that the Me Too movement has, believe the victims. And so there is this thing where an allegation is enough to screw up somebody's life.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the deal is that if you have organizations, private organizations, whatever, that do this without further proof, without any kind of concrete proof of anything, then I don't know so much that is a criminal thing, but I think he should have civil action. I think he should have the right to civil action at that point. And there should, and obviously under civil law, you have, what is your duty? What is your duty to investigate? What do you have? Look, and I believe this about sexual assault cases throughout my entire career doing this. There is one thing for somebody to come in and walk in and say, oh, hey, point the finger, he did this. And there is absolutely no physical evidence of anything. And we treat it as though, you've got somebody that's like come in with the bruises and the fingerprints on their neck and on their arms, and they've got their, their private parts and everything on a rape kit shows obvious proof of, you have been assaulted against your will. But, and the fact that we talk about this stuff as though it's all the same thing versus those of us that do it, that know, listen, and I'm not saying that a woman cannot be sexually assaulted and there be no physical evidence of it, but let's be careful. Can we be careful?
For sure.
About,
with verbal accusations alone, it needs to be treated with kid gloves. Like
it needs to be treated right. It needs to be treated a little bit more carefully. And I'm not saying that you dismiss it outright. I'm not. I'm just saying we know, defense attorneys, prosecutors, law enforcement, we all know the difference, right? When we've been in the trenches doing this, you see the difference between something that is obviously a physical sexual assault versus something where I'm not really sure. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm not really sure.
I think at that
maybe
point,
we ought to treat it.
At that point, it should just be a civil suit. If you're not willing to file charges while evidence exists, you're limited to a civil suit. I mean, and you free up resources to prosecute those who are actually filing charges when evidence actually exists.
Yeah, I mean, we can't ruin people's lives over he said, she said.
It happens all the time.
And yet,
it happens all
and
the
yet,
fucking
here's the
time.
deal, right? What's happening? July 1, the Florida legislature has just done this thing, right? We've got Marsy's law is coming around, right? I can't, if they get their way, I can't depose an alleged victim of sexual assault if it's going to harm her. And I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
That's up for discussion right now. I don't know whether that's going to pass or not.
They can testify in court, but you can't depose them.
She can testify in court, but I cannot
Wow.
depose her because it will cause her some harm. I don't remember what House bill or Senate bill that is.
I mean, if that's the case,
right now,
they need to swear them into their statement when law enforcement's obtaining it from the get-go. Because
but they're filing. But listen, aren't they filing a sworn affidavit? Aren't most of them filing a sworn affidavit?
Technically, but I mean, you know how that works.
No, and I mean, so here's my thing. My thing is that if you are going to, and I've always, and now we're going far afield, but I've always felt this way about Marsy's law and that whole thing of the quote unquote victim. Well, I'm sorry, until my client is convicted, how is she a victim? Because isn't he innocent?
Right.
Right? Isn't he innocent? So what is she a victim of if he's not guilty?
Mm-hmm.
And so all of this legislation that talks about we can't do this to a victim and that to a victim and all of this, that is a presumption of guilt and not a presumption of innocence. And it's very frightening to me that we have legislation not only by state constitution, but we continue to have, and here's the deal: when you have a case like this guy, he's lost his job, he's lost his way to make a living upon a mere accusation. Nobody investigated, nobody followed up, and once the investigation actually happens, then you find out this is bullshit, and the damage is already done. And that guy is not alone. That guy is that guy's a canary in a freaking coal mine, right? I mean, any of us that do this for a living know that shit happens every day, all day long. All you have to do is point your finger and say which. And this guy loses everything. He loses his job. He loses his freedom. If he doesn't have money to bond out, he sits in jail.
Right.
And the repercussions are widespread. And so what should happen to an accuser? It is very simple, I think, for people to say, well, the bitch ought to go to jail. But the problem is that if you say that, like knee jerk, like if she does that, she ought to go to jail, then we never have the circumstance where somebody has a crisis of conscience, where they're like, oh shit, maybe I ought to dial this back a little bit, because they're always afraid of, I'm going to go to jail.
Right. But the problem is people don't even know her name. They only know the guy that, when this happens, people, they get the media on the accusations. They get the media on him being terminated from the league, but nobody gives a shit about her name after it's dropped. They don't go back and make a big deal out about it in the media. So it's just, it's, you don't hear about it after.
Well, and that's the other thing. And that's true for our day-to-day stuff too, right? I mean, you got a guy, it'll show up in the newspaper that he got arrested. It'll show up in the newspaper what the accusations are against him. But if the charges get dropped or he goes to trial and gets found not guilty, how many times is that shit reported in the newspaper? Right. I mean, I am astounded. No, I'm not astounded. I'll take that back. I'm not astounded at all. I have represented so many clients where their names have been absolutely smeared through the newspaper, and everybody in the community and everybody else thinks they're this horrible person. I go to trial, I get a not guilty, or I get a lesser, or I get whatever. That's not reported. Right. The newspapers aren't out there saying, hey, guess what? We fucked up. Like, that's not really what he did. Nobody's making that report.
Right.
All everybody ever remembers is that he was arrested for this shit.
Yep.
So,
all right. I just wanted to get you on the show and get your take on it. I appreciate you letting me talk to you. Finally.
Thank you, sir. You can call me anytime, right?
I mean, we got another show starting at 3 a.m. So we'll make sure we give you a call at 3 a.m.
I'll probably be passed out by then, my friend.
It's all good.
It's a whole different kind of show.
All right,
3 a.m.
Jennifer Fury, Manatee County. You're only doing Manatee? You're doing Sarasota? Where are you popping in and out of?
I'm in. So I just so you know, go look at this. This is advertising. You didn't expect this, did you? Okay, so I just started my own practice, Fury Law. I am in Palmetto, but I am practicing Manatee, Sarasota, Pinellas, Hillsborough.
Okay. Well, there you go. You're moving a little north on me.
Listen, man, I've had cases in Pinellas. I've had cases in Hillsborough. They've had stings in Hillsborough. In fact, I had a case probably like 2 years ago where they did one of these stings in Hillsborough against a guy that was actually a corrections officer with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, and it was total bullshit. And I got that knocked way down to a non-sex offense. And he got out on probation, and it was absolute garbage. So, I will go to Hillsborough. I will go to Pinellas. Not sure I'll go to Polk. I don't
if
like
the money's
Polk
right.
County. Maybe. I don't know. I don't like Polk County.
It's a different system over there.
That's a different system over there. They're a little gung ho,
right.
But Pinellas, Hillsborough, Manatee, Sarasota. Charlotte, even.
Wow.
I'm good there
All
too.
right. All right, Jennifer. Cool. Appreciate you joining
Thank
us.
you, brother.
We'll chat with you soon.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye. So that's Jennifer. I accidentally hit I wanted to talk to her, and I told her that we'd be calling her, but I accidentally hit the call button while Garby was talking. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to hang up.
Dick move.
Yeah. So let's call Garby right now.
Yeah. Where's Garby? Oh, he had to leave
Yeah.
because you called.
Hang on.
Yeah, I don't know if I fully agree with everything she was saying, but I mean, I guess that's
You could have chimed
that's
in.
her opinion. I mean, her, that whole amnesty thing. I don't know if I believe
Sir.
that. But
Greg Garby on live here.
We have your camera on as you talk.
Yeah, you're out of the booth. But so I apologize for cutting you off. What happened was I told Jennifer we would
Oh, no
call her,
worries.
and as you were talking, I had her number pulled up to call her, and my thumb accidentally hit the call button. So it started ringing as you were
Nice.
talking, and I didn't want to hang up on her to like have it ring once and disappear. So
Yeah.
that's
no
what
worries.
happened. Yeah, I apologize, but yeah, Garby's
just
got to go
wanted to-
home.
I just wanted to find out where I could buy a sex bat.
They sell them at Todd's Supercenter or Todd's
Mhm.
Superstore, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
All right, so
No, it was
Garby's
interesting.
gone.
Yeah, she's a good call.
I'm gonna go take a leak. We're gonna end the show. I just want to give Garby a call back. 'Cause he had to leave in the middle of that episode there. So, all right, brother. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
All right.
Later.
Yes, sir. See ya.
All right, y'all. We're gonna end it because we're kind of going over, and I got to piss like a rizzle horse. We'll be back next week. Nobody crazy, I think. Nobody. I don't think we have any guests planned for next week. We'll see though. Somebody may
Maybe
pop up.
Jay.
Maybe Jay. Maybe Jay will be back. Jay's not a guest,
Jay's
though.
a guest at this point.
Woo. All right. Be good, y'all. See you next week. I need to go tinkle like a pinkle. Drink with Drew. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good
YouTube.
stuff.
Spotify,
Yeah.
Apple. Wait, what's the Apple? iTunes.
iTunes, yes. Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. iHeartRadio, media. We're on it all. Check it out. We shall see you next week. Peace out.